I'm the chosen. Snow is falling. Elfie's calling. Check my list twice. Most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing. Diamonds blinging. Carols singing. Favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing. Diamonds blinging. Carols singing. Favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen. Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the cheese, put the lights up, 'tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this, I need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Christmas is coming, yeah. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Staying up late looking out the window, yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Roasting some chestnuts on the fire, yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Celebration and surprises. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Ooh, yeah. Tell all your brothers, sisters, and mama and papa too.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. Looking at all these red Santa hats on all these red bubbles back here right behind me, and just thinking there's something missing here that we need a little Christmas cheer on this chart. I think what we're missing, other than music, Sean, there's no music. Sean, and a little cowbell. Numbers may go up now. There's your dose of daily cowbell. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. I think I said that before, just being a little bit redundant because, hey, if we're not redundant, who's going to be, right? Let's give a little shout out to everybody hanging out with me. Got 16 beautiful people before we start getting into the charts and everything. Running a little bit behind, been a little bit of a hectic day, and then I get sidetracked real easy. It just happens. It's all good and all fun. But man, dang it, Bitcoin. Dang it. How's your days going, everybody? Let's bring the chat out. I'll give you a quick shout out here. I got this new thing called goals. I've been playing with that. I haven't seen anything come of that yet. Getting used to all these little new things that they get here on YouTube. We got Dave P. How's it going, Dave? Joe from Trade Intuition. Told Joe to show up his link for his group. He's a fellow YouTuber. I believe I got you pulled up over here. Nope, that was Old Saint Nick. Okay. Which is a cool video. Damn, I meant to show that. So, Joe, also a YouTuber, he's been going hard. He's been streaming about 3 times a day on I think twice on his channel, once on another channel. But check him out, especially, if you're new or you're intermediate in this game, or maybe you're just an old pro. Just there's always things to refresh on, to go back over. But he's another guy out here on crypto YouTube, just out giving the goods out. So we got a link. I told him he can throw his link to his channel. He's also got a trading group. This is the only paid group that I would endorse, and I got nothing out of it. I just, I've seen him work. He was in a group I was in before. He's got the goods. I'm just saying. He runs a group the way that you would want it. And a lot of them don't. He actually puts in a lot of work, and he's there for them. A lot of them are a lot like my group, which I have a free group. You're more than welcome to join it. But if you're sitting there trying to get somebody just to be right there answering a question for you, if there's not somebody in there to answer it for you, but mine's got a lot of resources. But Joe, if you're looking for somebody, if you need a little help in the market, go check out Joe. All right, so we were saying hello to everybody, and then I got sidetracked again because it's just been that kind of day, people. We got Bush on parade. Says, Joe fam, let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya. That sounds like something for Mr. Turkey. Sometimes I forget my facial expressions when I got this one on versus the turkey. The turkey can do some cool facial expressions. We got Patriot Canham. Big Red Chef. Hey, we got a chef in the house. Glad to have you here, my friend. I got a chef too. Woo! Throw it out there, chef. Dave B, did I say hi? Hey, Dave. Bobby Eyes. Let's smack that like button. I like that. Thank you very much for that.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Bobby Oz. We got Glittery Marshmallow 1981. Bullish OP. I will bring the marshmallows. We can make s'mores. That sounds like a plan. Wow, you guys are busy on the chat. That's good. That's good for the algorithm. The algorithm likes that. Chat away, my friends. Chat away. I'm trying to keep up. I got a fever, and the only cure is some more cowbell, says Cigaro. I can help you out right there. We got Chris Klein. We got Bug Pick. How's it going, Bug Pick? Oh man, it's been a rough day. I had to kind of fortify some positions myself, just so they won't get out of hand. I'm doing margin trading, so I've got a little different strategy than most people have. Bullets on parade. Glitter sounds like a plan. Those marshmallows, yeah. Duality Crypto, glad to have you here. Chris Klein, how's it going? Floki's Angels. Chris Klein says, I love the show. Wow, you guys are chat. That's awesome. My chat rate is like 7. That's like the biggest it's ever been. 21 people hanging out here. Sokatano, hey, glad to have you here. Bug Pick, I already said that. Bug Pick, give me some of that hopium. You need some hopium? You do need some hopium, my man. Here's some. Breathe it in, breathe it in. Here, let me clear that off. We'll do that. We'll give you a double dose of hopium right there. It sounds like the only thing that can pick you up on a day like this is some dancing girls. That's what it sounds like. I think we need to get Cassie in here. Cassie's my side chick. Hey, Cassie. Cassie. She's a side chick because she hangs out on the side. Hear the loggers peeing right and all that. What? It's just a video element, honey. She's not really here in the studio. Or is she? I can't. Cassie, are you on vacation? First, we got to set the mood. That's what it is. That's what it is. First, we got to get the disco ball out. A disco ball with the snow, but the disco ball just ain't right unless you shine the lights on it and get the lights going. Oh yeah, get those Christmas. I don't know if you can get her out in the snow or not because she's not really dressed for the weather. But hey, Cassie, glad to have you. Maybe that will perk things up. See. Or maybe things are just be naturally perking on their own. I don't know. Whichever way, whatever makes you smile, that's what you need today. Ryan K said my bag went down like $20. Ho, ho, ho. We got Noah Vex Payton. Hey, welcome to the stream, my man. Strega. Hey, there you are, Strega. Need some deeper discounts. Discounts look like they're here. People complaining about small corrections, then I can't imagine the panic on the next major cycle. Oh, wait till we get a 30% correction. This might be it. I don't know, but yeah, we're going to be due for one. I don't think it's quite just yet. I think there might be a little fake out. We have to look at the charts to see. Something I've not been in too majorly today. I've been managing my positions, spending all day doing that and putting together exercise equipment. Moonshare token launched yesterday. The chart's looking juicy. Big rewards on January 2nd. Can you check out the chart? Headed over to $1. What was it? Moonshare. Guys, I'm going to throw up this little thing in the comments. If I can find it here, my little tag. And that's for request. And so it'll show up in there. And then when I come back to the stream, I'll definitely look for any tickers that are under there. I may miss them beforehand. Moonshare, I'll look for that. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. That's a cool name. Well, at least Fartcoin's pumping. The future looks bright for crypto. We want to take a look at Fartcoin. Day P says, Joe is amazing. Joe is amazing. I will tell you this, and I was telling Joe this earlier, and I mentioned it here on the stream before. So I used to be in a trading group. A guy used to be a YouTuber. He's not doing it anymore. Crypto Bitcoin Chris, Crypto Revolution, I think was his YouTube channel. And, you know, his back last cycle, kind of, back September, October, after getting my ass handed to me over and over and trying to do things my way and everything, I was like, man, I'm going to have to, you know, I want to make sure I had to look at this market and say, I'm going to learn you and I'm going to get all my money back that you've ever taken from me. I'm going to learn how to do this. And it was hard to find information on this. There were some sporadic videos on YouTube telling you how to trade or do technical analysis, and I knew some, and I had my bot experience and indicator experience and things like that. I had some basics, but I never really got into, I never thought I could actually chart. I thought it looked too complex and be a lot of stuff you had to know. And there is, but it's not hard. You can do it. If you think you can't do it, I'm here to tell you that you can. It's actually a lot easier than it looks if you go by, you know, good guidelines and everything. But anyway, I was in this trading, I decided I would join that trading group, and I did it for, 6 months and it gave me direction for one thing. But as far as the group, I mean, it was okay. There's always throwing trade setups, and you end up getting into, now I have 100 different coins here. That's a bad habit. There were some things. It gave me where I needed. But then, right when I started this channel, almost about 2.5, 3 years ago, I joined it again while I was starting this channel, and I was taking some of their trade setups and sharing with my little Telegram group that I guess we should throw some links into. Telegram and Chart Room. The links are in the lane down here. But I joined it back again, and they made some changes, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And what they did is they set up like a student area and some other things, and they brought Joe on. They actually brought Joe, moved him across the state to be with him, and I thought, oh hell, they're about to do something big here. You're about to turn this trading group into like the trading group of all trading groups, right? I thought he's going to do something big. He's bringing it in. Looked like he's growing a business and doing it right, is what it looked like. Well, what Joe was doing over there was awesome and needed, and I've seen how he works. And I mean, if you're trying to learn, he's a great teacher, and he makes this stuff easy to learn. He does a lot better job than I do explaining stuff. Just a good all-around dude. But that's how I know him. That trading group eventually, then they decided to bring in a leverage trading group, and then they split it up, and it just all fell apart. But they started on a good foot with Joe, and what Joe had over there I thought was amazing. And he's doing that on his own. So that's what I gotta say. Let's move on. I will get to talking, and what's so crazy is that in my normal life I'm quiet and I don't talk. You have to pull teeth to get me to talk. Get me on YouTube and I don't shut up for 2 hours straight. That is so freaking weird. I got lost. I don't know where I am. I'm having to back up. Hey, we got a fan club, which reminds me, I'm working. It's been crazy. I'll get some videos out there. I will. Well, coming some new videos. Some new streams anyway. Oh, Joe, hey man, you gifted 5 crypto members. I appreciate that, Joe. Thank you very much. Soko Tano got a membership. Rising Sun got 1. Sin, Nah, Heath, Lucas. So you have access to all the stuff that I've got over in that membership area over there. There's 2 of them I'm working on. There's one that's $3, that little basic one, and there's one like that's going to be $25. That one is not. Don't do that one. It is not up and running yet. I'm working on it. It's probably going to take place in January. It's December's not panning out. So we got some new members. Yay! That's awesome. There's some good alpha over there, some good streams that I've done where I talk about some things I don't talk about here on stream and show some numbers and portfolios and the good times and the bad times and whatnot times and all of that. But for the new members, glad to have you here. And hopefully I can add enough value over there that you'll say, hey, might want to continue this. That's my job. We're working on it. Journey, how's it going? And TOA to TA. Gotcha. I gotcha. Joe says we're going to make some amazing gains, so get ready. The good times are yet to come, baby. This is the weed out phase. We're going to see who we can weed out right now. Find those who are not worthy of the great fortune that is over the mountain. Because we just at the foothills of the mountain right now, brother. All the gains that you made so far over this past years, we at the foothills of the mountain. We got another year of mountain climbing, and that mountain gets steep. But we got jetpacks, baby. We got jetpacks. When we come to that big old wall that goes straight up, we're gonna jetpack our way up there. So don't get shaken out now. Don't fall off the cliff just yet before the party gets started, man. Save the peyote for the top of the mountain. Don't do it on the way up. Gosh darn it. They should have taught you that in Sherpa 101. The Crypto Everest. How's it going? We got 26 people. Glad to have you here. We will get into the crypto soon. I promise, as soon as I get to the bottom of this chart. That's amazing. My chart. Oh, now my chart rate's 4. You guys are slacking. I'm just saying. You're slacking. Floki's Angels. There's a moon share. Okay, we got an address right there. I will copy that. Gotcha. My pleasure, Joe. Ooh, got a problem about that right there. And I don't just do that. I wouldn't just do that for anybody. I wouldn't. But most of the people I've met on YouTube, they've got their stuff together. They do some things. There's a few out here that are just some, I don't know. But anyway, most of the people I've come across, they do a really good job. Joe does exceptionally well, especially explaining this stuff, and he's very detailed. And oh my God, he's a TradingView master. If you ever got a question about how to do something on TradingView, Joe's your guy, because that's where I learned all my TradingView stuff. I just get it from Joe. So even if you think you got this home market figured out, I guarantee you'll learn something if you watch Joe. I learn something every day I watch it. BoPick says, I got into Link from 10 to 13, but now I'm wondering if it has a chance coming back to 16, which almost wipes out my unrealized gains. Sold a bit like at 30. Okay. $1 for profits, but I feel I should have sold more. I think we all do right now. I think we all look back. Oh my gosh, I hate to even look at my account right now. I did better taking profits this time, but still I'm looking back and I'm like, dude, Road Dog, man, you're going to have to do more. You're going to have to do more, take more profits. So today I've had to pull some of that dry powder back and put it back onto the exchange just to, well, in case we get some good dips. I want to position myself and just kind of cover some of those positions, make them that I can take advantage of those good dips that we might get. If I don't do that, I'll have to borrow against my Bitcoin, and I'm trying to grow my Bitcoin. So, Ave Medina, how's it going? I'm fire off the lemon water. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and just looking one last time, make sure I didn't miss anything. Ryan K, Peak is the only thing that I have that actually went up today. Peak, I think, will be a good play. I think it got a good start. We got a little list of coins. First, we'll go over Bitcoin and then get over to these indices here. I lost my TradingView chart. There you are. So on the bigger picture with Bitcoin, okay. One thing, we do have a dot that may confirm here on Market Cipher. You know, stochastic. This is on the weekly chart. But man, the money flow is up in the green. We got that going on. So we got some signs saying, hey, this is a good pullback time, and not just, you know, this is probably a good pullback, a good correction time. It may be time for it. This orange line we got up here, if I pull from this Fibonacci high to this low, that is our 1618. Or no, was that right? Yeah. If I pull it from here to here, we passed it and went to a 2. Let me go ahead and do that. So, and what that means is that based on the ratio or of what we got here and applied to the golden rule, I'm not going to get all into the crazy stuff, but the 1618 should be, that's a completion. That's a completion. And that should be a reversal. Now, there's usually other targets I'll get before we get to a 618. The fact that it got up to 168 is a strong ass move. The fact that she wicked above it is a strong ass move. There's a lot of strength here on this weekly chart. This thing, boom, baby. This party is still going to get going. It's just that we was shot up straight up. We hit a wall. That's our wall. That 1618 is kind of like a wall. Boom. Now we're kind of, getting our bearings and like, we got to figure this shit out. I didn't see that. That was a screen door. Ran right into it. We got to figure it out. So we can get a pullback, and I mean, we can pull a new fib. That's what I prefer to do. We can look back at the areas that we went and just got past: 92,000, 84,000, 76,000, or 77,000. Those are the most notable places that we could actually come back and test. I mean, in theory, if we look at it, I mean, how we would look at it on any other chart, or how I would look at it on any chart, we look at trend lines, and there can be a variation of how we might draw them. We got a cup and handle. We got a inverted head and shoulders. We got lots of things that give us bigger targets to the upside. That is true. We can look at them that way and try to play them that way. But what often happens is that we get a pullback, which often comes back at a point to retest the breakout. And that's your basic patterns 101. They don't always do it. More often than not, they do. roughly somewhere around the mid 60% chance for them to do it for most patterns that I've come across with Thomas Bukowski. So 6 out of 10 chances, or a little bit better, that she can come back here. Okay, well, we see that on the bigger picture. Will it play out? It probably will. The problem that I have with this market, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, is that you can see the signs, especially on these bigger time frames. I can see them on the bigger ones, and you got it. That's your signal, and everything is there on the bigger ones, but you're not seeing it play out so much on the smaller ones. On the smaller ones, they're giving you hope, like, we can probably walk it off. We can probably come back up for a little bit and then maybe come back down. And you get all these little, I get all these little stories built in my head. It happens to me. I assume it happens to some of you guys too, doing this during your journey. I think it's just part of it. My problem is I can see things ahead of time. It's just that I don't execute them because I start getting caught up in the smaller time frames. The bigger ones tell me stuff that I need to know ahead of time. I just kind of like, and especially the Fibonacci's, like that Fibonacci's, I mean, but we're sitting there, but it still looks bullish. Maybe it can keep on going. We still get that, you know. It's the psychology of trading is what it is. You find a good system, a good strategy that can get you some results, and that's what you need. But even the best strategies, it still comes down to you and that button. And when you're going to do something with that button, you're going to buy or sell, what's going to trigger it? Yeah, whatever's going to trigger it's what's going on up in here. So that's why we need some good training guidelines, some good training rules, some good trading and investing philosophy, so that we don't listen to what our feelings are trying to tell us. And those feelings, they sound quite logical. By gosh, I thought mine was a PhD rocket scientist. You know, the way that it's talking to me, it's making me think, well, it does sound good. If I should say what I got, I should sell right now so I won't lose anymore. That makes perfect sense. That's very logical. Yes, I'm going to sell all right now. Better to sell and say what I got. And then you watch it just blow up and go, wow. And like, that wasn't the right choice, was it? Oh, gosh darn it. Or it's like, well, this one's going up. This one's a strong one. I'm going to buy here. It keeps going up. They might pull back a little bit, but it keeps, look. Well, I know it's at a top, but you know, it was up there before. This is breaking new area. We're in price discovery. Let's just go hard. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, crap. It sounded like the right idea at the time, right? It's all up here. All up here. Well, okay, so Bitcoin, we see that we're getting rejected in here. Will we come back? I mean, we don't know for sure. Will she come back just a little bit? But I mean, these are the things that we got to be prepared for. And I know I've mentioned it before. And when we start getting to these up phases, we got to be ready for some big corrections. That would be a 30% correction. You're going to have them. You got to be set, and you got to be ready for it. And I've been trying to do my damnedest to be ready for one. Doing good so far, but we hadn't quite made it down 30% yet. If that's what we're going to do, well, clearly I gotta do some crap, right? I might have to change some things around if we're getting ready to take a big drop like that in my altcoins. I don't want to see my portfolio go back down to where it was in August. Good Lord, no. I was like, oh man, I'm starting to see heaven now. I'm starting to see golden bright skies. So I was wondering, do I have to cook again tonight, or are we going to have something fancy? Tonight it was Popeyes. That wasn't fancy, but nobody had to cook. Bitcoin on the daily. I mean, you look gloomy. You look like you want to at least pull back to some areas, right? Let's just we got a trend line, but let's just go to the fibs. Let's fib out this impulse move from where she started, way down here. Let's zoom in and clean up this chart. Oh snap! You did that wrong. And you know, this face might be kind of frightening for the way that we might be feeling today. And let's see if we can get something a little bit more joyful. Oh, it's the turkey! Yeah! Bring it in. Come on. You know, come on. It's fun. It's all right. If you're taking a hit, we'll figure this out. Okay. Well, figure this out. I blame. We got a ghost. That's playing with my light. Sean, is that you? We got Bitcoin dominance as the culprit. That's who I'm blaming it on anyway. That's who I've been blaming it on, and that's been my warning. That's been the warning signal that we've talked about it, but you know, you can talk about it or you can take action on it. And you know, I could probably do better on the take action. To be honest with you, I do, but am I going to have to do some kind of big strategy for a bigger correction? Are we going to have to? Do we have to? Man, our daily moving averages look beautiful to me. The 800, 666, the 300, the 200, the 100, the 50. Everything is beautiful. What I would normally look for on Bitcoin on this would be a bounce off a 50 moving average. But you can see that's normally what you'll see in a really good strong trend is a bounce off of 50. She likes to come and touch that 100 though. That 100 is sitting down here at 77. We're kind of hoping that don't come into the picture, you know, just before we're ready for it to, you know what I'm saying? So just because she's come down doesn't mean that she will not go back up before she comes down further if she's going to do that. If you look at what Bitcoin is doing, we've got a rising channel. If you look at the volume down here, you can see that it is falling. So there's a deviation right there. Can you see that above my little space alien, my little happy astronaut there? You're the wrong guy for today. We got the wrong guy out here dancing today. 33 people. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Right now, I'm trying to straighten out my screen here. We don't need an astronaut. This is more of a teddy bear day, but Teddy's behind Cassie. Teddy, I don't trust the bear back there. I don't trust him at all. Had to get him. Can't put up with that. Sorry, no bears allowed. No bears allowed, especially not behind my side chick. Can't do it. That's the rules. We get a robot instead. All right, so the volume down here is decreasing. So this move it's weak. It's a weak move as it goes up like that. The more it goes up and the more the volume's coming down, it's showing weakness in the move. It's losing its stamina. It is losing its steam, and that's cool. A rising channel is normally a bearish pattern anyway, or rising wedges, or most of the rising formations, they are bearish anyway. That's what we got on the local thing. This is a daily, so that's a lot of days and a lot of weeks all packed in there. We like that, but really, I mean, what I like to do, and if you don't, I think you miss it, is you got to respect these other trend lines that you got going on. And that looks like we're in a much bigger channel, and it looks like the angles pretty much respect a lot there too. I think we got a bigger channel idea going on. Could probably stretch it out and kind of see what it might be. This can also change and deviate, but the angles tell us the story of how it is rounding and trying to go parabolic. I'm not going to say that. I'm not ready to say that parabolic move is over with just yet. We are still within the realms of going parabolic, in my opinion. Now, if we pull up Fibonacci from the very bottom of this part of the impulse move to the very top and start looking at some areas, I'm going to be eyeballing this 382. For Bitcoin, that's going to be at 92,300. I'm going to be, it's touched it one time, two time. This could be a third time more. One time, two time, three time more. Touch it one more time and then it makes four. I learned that in second grade. No, it didn't. I did not. I would like to see that. I don't know that we're going to see that, but we could see that. I'm hoping that we do see that. Please, Jesus, let us see that. Here's my argument. Ichimoku Cloud, she looked good. She's thick and sexy, and she ain't around us. We just don't want to get involved with it. We can admire Ichimoku Cloud from afar, but we don't. When we start touching her, she's gonna use them waves on us, and she's gonna suck us into there, and she's gonna wrap us up, and she's gonna throw us down. Have her way with us, and we can't do that. We want to hold on to our money because she's going to take all our money from us. That's what the Ichimoku Cloud does. She's good at it. She's really good at it. I'm just saying. She's like, honey, come here. I'm like, yeah. Oh, that's not so bad. And then, oh, I'm broke. We don't want that. However, if we just come down and just flirt with her. You need a prophylactic, is what I'm trying to say. You need this little yellow line is our prophylactic. We do not want our candle to dip down into this whatever green thing is and bring something back with us. We don't want that to happen. We just want to come down and say, hey, baby. I'm just saying hi. And then going away. If we can do that, we could get a big move out of this. Well, I could get a nice big move. It's going to sound like a crazy flag thing, right? It's real. We could get a nice A, B equals C move out of this area here, and it would take us up to our 618 area, my negative 618 area, about $133,000 for Bitcoin. As crazy as that sounds. Now, also up here, I've got some other things giving me some confluence. I've got the measure mirror from the old cup and handy. If we looked at let's big old cup and handy to the upside. The person that I kind of imitate when I say that, often they called this a cup and handy to the upside too, right there. Yeah, that didn't happen. Stories change now where they call the top of the market. I don't know. You get some crazy things on YouTube. But I think we got an argument that could hold. Now, if that doesn't hold, well, then we're going to have to look at the other culprits. And what does that look like? Road Dog is thinking. Road Dog. If I had to make a prediction, I can't make a prediction, but this is a scenario that's got some legs behind it. We got a 50 moving average that's coming up right there too. All these things I'm looking for gives us a sign that we can bounce off of this and go for a bigger move, like we have every 4 years so far. About this far out there after the halving, when Bitcoin does one of its final little shakeouts and flush outs, and then starts heading toward the moon. If there's anything I'm trying to say right now is don't get flushed out. Don't give up and try to stay in this game. Stay in this game. Try to build your positions as you can. We are in buy the dip territory. It just may be a bigger dip. So don't blow your wad. I said this recently. Don't blow your wad all at once. Try to stretch her out as best as you can. And it's also better. I'm going to say this too. I've said it last night. I want to keep saying these things. And if you got money and dry powder to put, I mean, you can buy on the way down. We call that catching a falling knife sometimes, and I do it a lot. I admit it. I'm guilty. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. I said it. My strategy kind of, you can catch a knife or you can wait for confirmation. The way I catch, I do limit orders on things with my strategy. So, I fall into that. It can be a catch a knife situation sometimes. It can. You can do that, or you can wait till the trend confirms a change. And that's what the smarter traders do. I'm not trying to insult you or insult me either, because I don't always do this. I'm just being truthful with you. But the smarter traders will wait for a confirmation. If you teach, you got to teach the traditional values. You got to teach the right ways. This is the right way. This is the proper. And then we got a good solid foundation, and then we can bend the rules after we understand this, right? You make sure that we got an uptrend, and then if you're doing your money in, you watch that number go up instead of watching the bigger balance just go smaller and smaller. The smarter people, the people with the less stress in this game, do this. But if you like some drama and like some excitement, you're like, I just don't have enough just to gnawing at me and just making me feel anxious. Yeah, we catch the falling knives on the way down. Yeah. Run out of money before it hits bottom, and then we pray to Jesus as it turns around and goes back. Sound familiar? Yeah, we got to work on that. It's much better if we actually wait for confirmations. Just so we're all on the same page and know that. Doesn't mean we always have to do it, though. I'm just saying. But if you do break that rule, be ready to have your ass handed to you and say, well, I guess I asked for that. So 93 is what I'm looking for. If she comes down, man, I'm going to be looking at the bottom of this trend line and right around where, we got Lucy and her friends hanging out. And I'd be looking somewhere 70. Oh, my God, is it that low? Lucy is down there. But that would be retesting this level. This level that we lost, it could be on the picture. So if that were to happen, if we were to come down here, maybe we bounce and then lose it. Yeah, this is when I'm going to start saying, well, shoot. I'm going to have to find the next retest, the next bounce up to exit some positions and save my losses, and that could be around 93,000. We're sitting at 97. That might be something I have to consider, that we all probably have to consider if that situation holds. We won't know until we get there and see what happens. Meanwhile, on the 1 hour for Bitcoin, we're losing that 800 moving average right now, so it does look like the 92.5 area, 92.6 area. She may happen. She might be happening, lovey. She might do it there. Still, none of these guys, even on the 1 hour, they're strong. They're strong. Only the 50 is the weak link. He's the one that snitched first, trying to bring down this house of cards. Well, you know what we do with snitches, don't you? So we need to stitch this back up and get this ribbon flowing. All right, now, so I'm pretty much through Bitcoin now. I'd like to take a look at the indices here, and here's total 3, and this is altcoins. This is our altcoins going down, and this is us crying in our, what happened? It was doing so good. Why didn't I sell? We lose the trend line. That's like, let's try to do something here before we get down here, or make sure we have our profits taken. Breaking the trend line. It's a good place to sell before she comes all the way down. Now she's retesting another one, so we're going to come back over to the big charts, go to that total 3 on a big chart so we can see what's going on. Let's go to a bigger time frame because the smaller ones will just make you freak out and not see reality. Same situation here, 382 Fibonacci. If we can catch a bounce here, 50 moving average also in this area, whether we wick below it or not, doesn't matter. If we can catch a bounce there, we could just be making a new trend line, which could be a new channel idea. And there's a little bit of confluence in the wicks. Probably don't have that angle just quite right, but I look for some signs like that. A little could it, and that's just a little bit away from hopium right there. It's not very scientific, but it's something. You got something. Look, this is, what do they call that in physics? With the quarks or whatever. Spooky science. You get one moving and then the other one's moving in some other alternate universe doing this. Yeah, what happened there? How did that do that? That's crazy. Anyway. Wonder if I deleted if it would delete both of them. Oh, wow! Killed them both in one. Don't let the alternate you die. I guess. So we can't confirm this idea yet because we don't know if that's going to hold or not. Smaller time frames may tell us if it's thinking about it. I would say that thought is passing its mind as we're speaking. moving averages are all in nice sequential order. That looks strong. It don't mean we can't come down and tap them and talk to them, but it does mean that if we do, we could probably bounce right back. But unless they all start crossing this 200, then that would suck. But so far, so good. We're still in bounce back territory, so to speak. If we wanted to kind of connect some dots over here and look for some hidden messages like, look at this atom and E forming up here at this top. That would be stupid. That would not really fit in with the equation. Look at this man dressed as Santa Claus coming in your house with a gun. Not really. I mean, it looks like it makes sense, but there's something a little different in there. It's not something not right. What could it be? Either way, you'll probably end up losing money. So I would just look at it that way. Can we hold? That would be great. But I'm not a fortune teller, so I can't tell you. We are retesting this level over here. 382 Fibonacci is right there too for a little added boost, and we got our moving average 850s are still up here. 9 crossed. I mean, yeah, whatever. You little flaky flake. First thing I always look for is for price to get above the 9 moving average. That's when you got a chance to see things start turning around. That's when you got your first confirmations that things might be turning around. And if she continues to hold that 9 moving average and you start seeing some things happen, then you probably caught that little bottom. We're nowhere close to that right now. We could still come down. Let's see what happens. Total 3. But if she does come down, we'd be looking maybe about dropping out 150 billion. Would that hurt? Hell yeah, that would hurt. That's not even where she could stop. She could be coming all the way back down here. We got to peel that Band-Aid off. You got to know what could be coming. You got to know. Now, if you look to the left at this 618 Fibonacci, you'll also notice that it's just a little bit above our high over here, and that makes sense for us to touch that. I will say this one idea now, when I see these things and they don't quite touch, and I think, there could be a gap there, it makes me think about this little Elliott wave thing about the 2 wave and the 4 wave, how they can't touch. And that makes me think, well, let's if so. No, I'm sorry, the 1 and the Jesus. The 1 and the 4 cannot touch or overlap. So if this is a 1 and this is a 2 and this is a 3, which a 3 should be a big move, a 4 coming back would invalidate Elliott wave theory if it comes back to the same area. Meaning, I just see that as a sign that maybe she won't make it all the way back there and we're getting ready to do something really big. That's how I read it. That's what I look for. So I got to see, are we going to come down here and not touch this one? Well, hopefully we can. We're definitely at the place in the market for something like that to happen. I mean, it has repeatedly almost every cycle so far. I don't think this one would be much different. I mean, it's kind of what Bitcoin does all the time. I mean, I'm just expecting the same results and not different results, because that would be crazy. That's a super cycle. That one's going to 2030, straight up. I heard it on CNBC. This guy right here, I think, is what really the little gremlin that we're looking for is this Bitcoin dominance chart. And I have not been sold on the bigger time frames on this one being bearish. I haven't, because we're just as bullish as some of the other charts we looked at on Bitcoin, where it looked like it can still be going up. I know we got a little sideline here, but look, she broke back into that little channel. She's not there now. She may still roll over. We don't know. But she could either roll over or regain it. And if she regains it, it's going to make a big ass strong move in Bitcoin. Altcoins will freaking hurt if that happens. Get ready for it if it happens. And that might be a bigger drop. But Bitcoin will go up, and then eventually it will bring the altcoins back up with it somewhat. However, if we get rejected here, if that's what's going to happen, I'm not yet seeing it. I am not yet seeing it, but it still could happen. If this rolls over, we get rejected over here at this area, then altcoins are going to start flying again. And that's where we are. Our market is there, and we are at the precipice right here. We are on the edge of the knife blade. You know, we are on the tightrope, and it's one or the other. We don't know. But these moving averages are leaning us, making the wind blow a little bit more toward this side, in my personal opinion. I'm kind of leaning a little that way, that we could recover. And that's all I can say about that right now. You commit. Come on, Bitcoin dominance, commit. Are you going to get back in that pattern or not? What are you doing? I'm going to come down to the 4 hour, so maybe I can get a little bit more noise in my chart and see what they're talking about, because sometimes they chitter chatter and let some secrets fly. And we got our 200 moving average. Now, she crossed bearishly over our good moving averages, our much bigger ones, but they're very bullish. They're fine. They're cool with it. She can flip-flop around like a little bird. Doesn't matter. And still go up. Ichimoku Cloud saying, baby, I'm ready to rock your world. I want to take you up. I want to take you to places you've never been. And if that happens, then altcoins are going to go, they're going to go into depression. You can see this as a rising Reggie. Now that normally breaks to the downside, and we can hope and pray that it does. And I know a lot of people are probably looking at this, but that's a big falling. That's a big bear flag to the downside. Maybe. I mean, maybe. It also could be a big ass bear trap to the upside. And then, you know, some people are probably looking, but it's a shoulder, head and shoulder. However you want to say it, maybe. It's still rising. We don't know. We don't know. But what I know from zooming out is that if we get past this big ass number right here, this one, she's probably going to take off, come up to 60%, and then go off from there just on a big ass tangent. And we're going to be sitting around like, man, I should have had some more Bitcoin. 30 people. Okay, so I'm about done with my spiel. That's what we got. So we are literally over these next few days here. Here we are on a Friday. Makes sense that they would park us here on a freaking Friday, right? Isn't today Friday? Saturday, Friday, Saturday. That makes perfect. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't know that it will change. I think they like to park us here on the weekend to see what retail's going to do, and then they come in Monday and Tuesday and start doing what they planned on doing. That's just how I kind of, or they start Sunday night sometimes. That's kind of how I see it. So I wouldn't doubt that Bitcoin would go sideways and altcoins. I don't know. If Bitcoin dominance is going up, that's usually not good for altcoins. So I got a little cheat sheet. And if Bitcoin is stable, just kind of hangs, well, then altcoins can kind of be stable. And it might be a good opportunity to accumulate them. So I'm keeping my eyes on that. But if Bitcoin dominance goes up and Bitcoin starts going up too, well, then the alts are going to take a hit. But the weirdest thing is that if Bitcoin dominance keeps going up and Bitcoin goes down like it has been, yeah, altcoins are going to dump, baby. They're going to dump. And that's what our cheat sheet reveals to us about the Bitcoin dominance. We need Bitcoin dominance to go down and for Bitcoin to turn around and either go up or hang sideways. Either scenario is good for altcoins. If this thing will come down and Bitcoin just either hangs and chills or decides, hey man, I want to party too, our altcoins will start living it up. But it's all about this dominance getting rejected right here where it is right now. And that's what we're looking for. We'll hope for it. I'm cool with it. Actually, at this point in the game, it would really benefit me more if it did break down. Really. That would probably save all of our necks, really, for altcoin plays. All right, guys, let's get into, was it Moonshed? We'll come over here to Deck Screener. I've got the, let me see if I can paste that contract in, and let's take a look at Moonshed. Don't know a dang thing about it. Let's see what it is. It's $593,000 market cap. Circling supply is 4 million. That's interesting. Why is my mic doing that? Circulating supply is $4 million. Our or 4 million coins. That's kind of sweet. I kind of like it. What else about? I like that about it anyway. 318 holders, so very new. That's kind of a big market cap for such small holders. There, number of holders. What is your total supply? Okay, total supply and circulating supply. So it's all out. Is that right? It's all out. 56 out of 99 on the DEX score. So you got that. It's not a honeypot. There is a zero, no buy tax, no sell tax. Contract is verified. So I'm not big on deciphering this at 56. If it's in the green, I don't know. Community trust is half and half, maybe because it's so new. I don't know. I don't know that this will tell us anything about the project itself. More buys than sales lately, and pretty decent buys. Fair for that. Let's look at you on the 1 hour. Looks awesome. While it gets wicked, often gets candlestick, and there's that little saying working out for us. So you'd be buying definitely the top area of it so far, unless it wants to just keep on going. It's a risky play to buy here, but if you've been in, you're probably kind of happy, right? If you were in somewhere in these areas at 10 cents, where is it now? About 45% gains there to 15 cents to where we are. It's not bad. Still reasonable for 4 million supply, you know, still get it at 14 cents. If this thing goes to 20, 25, 30, 50 cents, are you going to split the hairs? Man, I bought it at 14. I could have got it at 13. It's all ruined now. This trade is ruined. I mean, it doesn't matter when it's $1.50. It doesn't matter if you bought it at 9 cents, 10 cents, or whatever. You got it at a really good deal. You made some money off that. So you can talk yourself out of getting into one early like this, like that. And you can DCA. DCA is an excellent strategy to do for something new like this. That's just starting out. Just a nibble. And if she starts breaking ground, like if she clears this area over here, goes into price discovery, then yeah, maybe nibble more. Or go hard. I guess it's up to you. It's just starting. That would have to go into your risk factor there. I would tell you she got 1 hump. She could get 2 hump. She could get 3 hump and then a dump. Meaning she could still keep going up there. I would look around this 19 cent area, and I would also look around the 17 cent area as possible places to where she could find some rejection there. It might be a good place to maybe sell a little, or. And any place to buy her would be along this trend line. We need some price labels out here. Price label, where are you? I got a sell price label or a TP price label. These are just key areas that there should be some kind of reaction out of price at these particular levels. I don't think we will come down to the 618, but it's not. Are we doing the right pull? We did high to low. No, I mean, it would be a retest of. It's not the right pull that I'll be looking. We don't know if we got a top just yet. If it's confirmed here on this 1 hour time frame, it might be. May not be. 14 cents peak could be where she comes back down to. We'll throw the other target in there. I don't. Within a few hours, she could technically wick down here like a big candle drop or something to 13. More, I'm looking for that 14 cent area, that 7.8. On this one at 7.86, it would be different if we pulled our other fibs. Still, we can play it this way. See if I can pull that out so we can see that. So that looks interesting. Nibbling would be what I recommend to you kind of see what she's going to do. But I do like the 4 million supply, and I don't even know what this is. It's on Pancake Swap, so is it a meme coin or something? I'm guessing it's probably a meme coin. But just it having a low supply could help it to get some much bigger numbers quicker. It's all those coins that's got all the trillions and all those gazillions of, I don't know, billions and billions and billions of coins and they move like molasses when they get to a certain point. They just slow up. And Cardano's done it, XRP has done it, Caspa's done it, and they all do it. Floki, I mean, all of them. They get to a point and then they like, you know, you poke it with a stick, burn it with the fire, whatever. It's like, I ain't doing nothing. Let me alone. Just passed out drunk and you can't do nothing. Until, I don't know, one day that they just up and start moving more. So they get kind of boring. And it's usually right where you buy it because it's close to the top. All right, so let's check out, let's also check out, let's see, Altcoin. Altcoin just killing it today. Is this for real? $1.25. When everything else goes to shit, Altcoin comes to save the day. Altcoin. This is one of the coins. I don't know if is it Truthsayer? The one that made the Godius, the AI agent that made the Godius coin. I don't know if it created this one, but I do remember seeing its portfolio one time on X, and I'm starting to wonder, maybe we should start paying a little bit more attention to some of these AI agents' portfolios. I'm just saying that could be one idea of how to play this, or especially to play some of the meme coins that they're doing. And I'm sure other people are following that. Might I'll look into that, because this one apparently, I mean, she's done something. Good Lord, look at that. Price discovery, how far can she go? Can we figure it out? Well, in order to do that, we got to do a little conjuring, and I guess we got to bring back the voodoo doll. Pardon me.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button.
And restart the music. We still got a chart on the screen. Why are you up there? I thought I took you off. Oh, she scares me every time she does that. What? Freaking fairy. All right. I see a lot of little green dots there on Market Cypher 2 on this one. This one looks really strong. Ichimoku Cloud's like, Remember, we did get there is a breakout from this level. There can always be a retest back to these areas. What is that, about 90 cents? We're sitting at $1.22 right now, not wanting to hear anything about it. So the first idea, I would say, well, how far we know we're going to go? Well, we came out of a channel. There's your first idea. Let's see if we've met our measure move yet. Have we met our measure move? Look like we're close, right? Put it to the breakout. And it says, wow, man. So we might be getting to the extremes of it. One idea that you can do if you subscribe to the channel theory. Let me make sure I get my angles. I'm picky about these angles. Can't see if I got candle bodies or not. We're on the 4 hour. Something I do is, I mean, because there's going to be another channel. The price travels in channels. It just does. And I've often said this a lot of times. If you and it's not just, you know, that channel, but you've also got the channels going other ways too, and they just crisscross, man. You got all kinds of little channels just crisscrossing. It's like a chain link fence, man, and you're just hopping from square to square to square. It's wow. That's a trip, man. That's a trip. And now what can we figure out? It's like we also had a ABC possibility there. Is it? Did it make its measure move? We've seen in that. We'll pair of fibs, and we're at the 3618. Son, if that ain't telling you that she is about done, or should be, she should be getting, she should come back for a pullback, man. At least Rex is at 90, this 93 cent area. She should be coming back. Now I say should, because when they go parabolic, it's like they defy gravity. And the only way I can tell she's went parabolic is if she broke out of a channel, and she's trying to. She is trying to. So let's watch this one closely. If she can secure a candle outside of this trend line here that I've got drawn, I would, along with Ichimoku Cloud, suggest that, man, she may just have a little bit more gas in the tank and say, screw you, Fibonacci. I'm going to the 5.618. And I'm like, dude, for real? We could do the fib extension, and we can do it a couple different ways. I would do it both ways. I'm gonna go with this 223. And that gives us conflicts. Whether you, no matter which way you pull them, you will see some overlap and conflict with your fibs too. If you're worried, I don't know if I pulled it right. There's two different methods to pull in this one. Both of the ways make really good sense when you listen to them. It also gives us conflicts up here about 156 or 157. So if I'm looking for a next target that we might reach, I guess that. And if we're looking for a place to try to buy it, this 50 moving average area, this trend line area that we're at, about 80 cents right through there. Would be a good place to try to get back in if it does get down there. One of the 4-hour time frames come down to the 1 hour. Ooh, doesn't look like this is going to happen anytime soon. Even here on the 1 hour, the 200 moving average is hanging around there at that price point. She looks like she might actually be trying to pull this one off. All right, Moonshad, let's check our Fartcoin rather. Let's check out Cardano. 32 people hanging out with me. Glad to have you here. Try not to bore you. Try not to stay on these things too long. I just get into the charts and I can't help but talk about the things I see. Right now, we're looking at some kind of top that may have a shoulder and a head and a possible another shoulder. This shoulder is a little bit bigger than that one, so it makes me look at it sideways a little bit. Just something I do. It's one of the rules for my head and shoulders. Did she confirm? She may be confirming. It's a possible head and shoulders that may have confirmed. Now, if she comes back up here, and especially if she makes any kind of higher high above this one, well, this has totally been invalidated. I would dare say if she even broke a trend line, I think that works a little better. Even if she came up this high and broke that, I would think that this head and shoulder top area that play could be invalidated. I don't think enough pattern traders people out there tell you when a pattern is invalidated, what invalidates it. And I think that's a useful thing to know. You should know that with all patterns. That's one of the reasons why I like pattern trading. Because there's certain things, oh, well, this one's got left a chance to work out now. Or this is a busted pattern. There's ways to play busted patterns. Thomas Bukowski talks about all that stuff over on his website or in his books. Free website, books cost you money. So, okay, so we had a nailed it target. This is Cardano. So well, I've already got a nailed it. I'm sure I already posted this. So Cardano came up in a megaphone pattern, got rejected at a level 382 Fibonacci level resistance. Also a level of resistance here on this megaphone pattern, which I don't see many people do those on YouTube. I don't think they zoom out enough to see them, or they just think, oh, I don't believe in that pattern or something. But by golly, it's been a big money maker for me this year. I'm telling you. I'm like, let it ride, baby. This says we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. And by gosh, Cardano and a lot of the other ones that we put into this pattern, and I've done it. Thank you, Thomas Bukowski, for giving me the insight necessary to see this. All right, so we hit that, and that should be we can take our new fib. We got a top, right? We'll take that as being probably confirmed top there. So we draw our new fibs. If I can get them to work, we'll draw it. We go from the bottom to the top. Because everybody starts at the bottom, right? Well, pay no attention to that. That doesn't count in fibs. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. Now, one thing we got to keep in mind with the Fibonacci is that the 0.5 is not technically supposed to be there, but it is there, and it relates to Charles Dow and his theory that an impulse move like this usually retraces 50% of the way. So it's there, and it's an area we could catch, and the Ichimoku cloud agrees with that area. However, that's the bottom of the cloud, and if we get that far, well, she's going to suck us down and throw us down further. So when she gets involved like that, I start looking at these guys down here at 54 cents, and I start looking at the 618 at 70 cents. 618 may hold because we got some areas over here where we had support and around those same prices. May not hold at the 50. The 50 is also at the very tops of those. It's not a strong support, I don't believe. So I'm looking at 70 and possibly down as low as 54 cents for Cardano. It could be happening. 70 is more where I'm seeing us headed to now. So for anyone shorting, I don't know. I mean, you could try that. I have not been thinking about shorting or anything. Maybe I should. It's just, we're in a bull market cycle, a bull cycle. Shorting is just not where I'm instantly trying to go. And with my position plays, well, it can work. We do that, but more, I've got so many coins I'm managing. That's the drawback of having too many freaking positions, too many coins. I'm not in the right mindset to catch some of these deals. So will that be a lesson if you find yourself in a similar situation? Or maybe you're lucky and you find yourself, well, I can catch them because I don't have all these freaking bags to take care of. This is the trade-offs that we get in crypto. Decide which poison pill are you going to take. Watch your poison. Apparently mine is having too many freaking bags. I mean, they're making money. I'm not complaining, but I can definitely see how they would be better managed if I didn't have as many. And I've got all the free time to do it too. So we're getting, yeah, discard it might hold. I don't get, excuse me, A, B, C, could be. I'm still looking for 70 cents. If she holds here at the 50 and on the 6 hour, we got a 200 moving average. That makes you feel any better. 4 hour, it's not there. So take that for whatever you will. Oh, look. Well, I'll trade the 6 hour then. We'll go because it's it'll either hold or it won't hold. That's all I got to say. Cardano. If it does hold and we start bouncing, then we're doing good. We'll start looking up to these other areas at 160 and 175. But got to get past this 132 area that we topped out at. Let's take a look at Peak. Peak on KuCoin. Megaphone patterns, fun to play until they do what they're supposed to do, which now it's starting to do it. They don't break down as far as you would think, though. They really don't. When they break down, they're usually not that bearish. It's not like, oh my God, that's going to be a huge measure move. Or they're going to come all the way back to where it started. I mean, usually they don't. They usually have shallow, especially in a bull market. I find that these things have more shallow breakouts. And that's led me, now this isn't by Thomas Bukowski, but it's led me to start taking measure move from touches other places to see how well that they do. And a lot of times I find that those moves, they give us something. For instance, that small one nailed it right down here, or wouldn't nail it. And you can do that because these are the ratios within this whole move here, within this pattern. So I've found this to be another way to take some accurate measure moves, some more conservative measure moves, if you will. And I go from wherever I have a touch, preferably on the top, and just straight down. And I find I get good results from that. So that's something that, if you never heard that before, there's a first. I think I've mentioned that before. I've mentioned it before. It's not the norm and it's not the traditional way, so it's not immediately what you see, because I want to try to give out the solid stuff, more of the solid stuff, foundation stuff, the stuff that won't get you wrecked. But I mean, these are some other things that you can do. Well, hang that one up. Could be. We could still be coming down. We are beneath our clouds, and that's not good. We got a red one showing over here, so we could be going sideways until we get enough momentum to break in through that thickening red cloud. That's how I read that. When I see a thick cloud over here in red and we're underneath this, we got some hope. It's still open to come down to 40 or 47, 48 cents. 46.75 is technically what I got here on this Fibonacci 0.5. I lean more toward a 618 Fibonacci than I do a 0.5. You will see these hold more better than a 0.5. But however, losing this guy, and if you're looking at Elliott Wave, you're probably looking at an ABC correction here. Let's turn Elliott on and see what he suggests. Oh, Elliott's on vacation. Didn't even give us a note or anything, so we can't trust him today. Maybe we need a different time frame. Make it easier for him. Yeah, there we go. Put it on the 4 hour and he can do it. So there was your fifth wave, meaning, hey, this move's over. That's us. Elliott. Elliott, sometimes I think you suck on this. Anyway, sometimes the way he draws his lines, well, we don't always agree. But ABC correction, so this would be your A, says we can come up, and this could be the top or a little higher. It's got it going anywhere from 58 to 65 cents. That's why we can't have a conversation. It could be this, or it could be this, or it could be this, or it could be this. And I'm like, well, damn, Elliott, pick one and roll with it, dude. Draw a freaking trend line or something, dude. Just give me something more solid than that. Give me something. So I get into debates with Elliott sometimes. He kind of also likes this 41 cent area, and oh my gosh, he even goes as far as to say it could have a steep correction down to 31. So we'll put his ideas up there, and it could be happening because this is just it's just got rejected here and come down, and we're going to see, are we on a trend, or are we making a consecutive higher or lower lows and lower highs? So far we are. It can change if we get back above here, but so far downtrend. Hopefully we're bottoming out through here. That's what we're hoping for, and maybe we will round out. It looks like we got the first inklings of maybe that might happen, is what I see. If I could draw it, I would draw it, but she's not letting me draw. Why are you not letting me? There we go. And we could just kind of be rounding out through here. That would be great, and then we can pop off and carry on with our proud self once we find a bottom, and we can draw that trend line and open this up. We could probably get a hint, actually. We could probably get a hint. Oh, I was sitting there thinking this was Cardinal. This is peak. So I would go candle bodies to candle bodies, and we might get a hint, okay? I'm going to leave this zone here because just to show you how cool that this can be. Make sure I got my angles. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Angles look solid. Okay, so when I do this idea, and I would not be surprised if we come back over the next week or so and we find that it perfectly performs within this channel. We just have two touches and we just got one on the other, so it is not valid. This is not valid. If there's anything that might be valid, we could go from here and go here, and we got 1, 2, maybe you could argue 3 touch points. You could argue a lot over here, I guess, but major touch areas is at least 2. So that would be in the run-in, and that's squeezing this and making more of a rising wedge pattern. Let's get rid of the old stuff that we got because that's just played out and it probably just looks confusing. Take Elliott off, he looks confused too. So this is holding so far, it doesn't mean it's going to keep holding. I do like the thick cloud here on this particular time frame, the 4 hour. There might be a chance we recover and bounce through it. That would be cool. Start seeing that would be good. And that would be part of this rounding thing. And there might be a shoulder ahead and a shoulder to the upside. I mean, you can look for things like that. I look for channels. When you go to channel, a lot of times you will see an inverted head and shoulder form as they're breaking out channels. So you can look for some of those things at bottoms, but my goodness, I see these guys doing the pattern comes up here and it does like this. Walk is inverted head and shoulder to the upside. And I'm like, dude, that's not how that works. you're probably looking at something more like this guy. Which I'm surprised, you little flag lover, why you didn't see that to begin with. To the upside. Peak 55 cents. I can see it going to 85. It may take it a while to get there. She may make a pit stop at 46. Dare I say 40? It could happen over the next few weeks, just depending on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. But if Bitcoin do all right, we might just reaccumulate after losing this first trend line and then slowly start working our way up to 85 cents. Oh my goodness, we've been here, what, an hour and 20 minutes already? I got too involved with the charts tonight, didn't I? Let's come back to the chat and see what you guys are talking about. Let me back up a little bit to where I've been. Bullish on parade, Iris token 454. That one has been down. She went up. She did really good with the trade setup that we had, and then she's giving it all back, which is not bad, because she'll do it again, but she's not the fastest runner. So we'll look at Iris. Joe says, I made Mastering TradingView series about a week ago. Recommend everyone watching. There's a link for it right there. I'm telling you, he's a master of TradingView. You'll learn more about TradingView from him than anybody else I've seen. He explains it a lot, you know. And I've soaked it all in because I'm not going to dig through there and figure it out myself most of the time. Unless I'm really forced to. I'm usually like, Joe. I take notes when I see Joe do something like, that looks cool. I want to try that. Which I'm pretty sad. I just bought more too. Oh, I'm way behind, aren't I? Dang, so much more blood to be shed. Oh, well, I mean, it's healthy. Maybe says, who broke Bitcoin? And Journey says, A to TIO. So we did that. I'm getting caught up now. A Tammy cup and handle. C Longacre, how's it going? Doug, over 30 watching. We can lie. Who unplugged Solana? Yeah, well, Solana's looked like she was going to go down for a long time. She's been showing those signs. It just took a long time. It just took a while to get here. That's the thing about when you get to the tops, though. You're like, oh, it's out of top, but it doesn't look weak. And sometimes it just, you got to give them, sometimes you got to respect that signal. I have trouble with that sometimes. I'm like, but always, man. Them bigger time frames and bigger signals, they've got the strength. You won't see it act all the time when it happens, but give it a week or two and like, damn, I should have listened to you. And they're just saying, well, I told you weeks and weeks ago that it would probably happen. And they're like, you suck. Prime or beam, please, says Bobby S. Jan Fishing, how's it going? I was out my long 3 days ago to wait and longed render near and virtual. 1 hour ago, 2x levered on the coming months. What's your opinion on this? And do you think altcoins have bottomed? I'm not convinced that they bottomed, but we might be. We are on the cut. They parked us on the razor's edge this weekend, so it's up to retail to see what's going to go on this weekend. Let's take a look at Iris. Woo! Up, down. Oh, did you go lower? So we had a call because she was at a bottom fib area, and that was telling me to play the sucker. Now, when the fibs play out, it doesn't mean that the whole trend is going to reverse or anything like that. And then she decided to come on down. She's doing it again. Can we get something else? Are you going lower? But that was nice. But now I am playing this for a longer term because this is the lowest Iris has ever been, ever. So she's like really cheap. I've seen nothing wrong with this project or that it's going out or anything bad about it. This one's a lottery ticket play. And she is, I may have to go buy some more tonight. You don't have to put very much at all into these. I mean, we're talking like just $100 or something like that at 0.003 cents, and it gets up to 19 cents. You made a come up, okay? You made a come up, and so just a lottery ticket of $50 to $100 on a play like this could actually, it could be well worth it. And you can't buy big on this because you'll move the market too much. These are such low market cap coins here that. You come in here, I want to buy $10,000. Well, congratulations, you just pumped my bag. Woohoo! Sell it now. So we pull our fib from low to high. Let me tune it in a little bit better here. Looks like we're coming down to 0.00243. That's our 1.618. You're starting to see us use these guys more now. Because we are starting to get some heavy moves, some full moves in the market. Normally we don't make it all the way down there. We got some shorter term targets like my 272s, which is what she did the last time we were looking at her, I believe, and we played that one. And then now she's even lower. So I'll be looking at nibble. I'll probably just nibble in. I'm probably not going to. I can set limit orders over there now. I might set a limit order. I do that. 0.0025 area. But no, that's still, you could still see this as catching knife, and technically she could keep going down. So you're taking that risk. I will throw this out. Most of our moving averages are up here, the bigger ones that count. 800, well, the daily here. The 800, the 600, and the 300, and most of them are still in pretty good sequential order, but it's up there. We're likely to see like a little bit of a rubber band effect, and like we saw back here, we'll boing, come back up and touch it a little bit. Don't know if we're going to stay there, but we can revisit these prices, and if we can catch something like that around here, that's a 4x. That's 448% just to get back up to where we bounced up to just a few days ago. That kind of thing on here, that could be an interesting play. Not saying that everybody has to go jump in and start buying Iris or anything. I like it though. Prime. Coinbase. So we're retesting this little 236 area from our big swing high to swing low pull. This being our accumulation zone, and that's normal. That is normal for this to happen. We got a daily trend line over here, and it seems to be holding. That's holding what, at 1092. But 1022 is the Fibonacci. We don't have to actually come down and test it, but we could just wick down there. There's a 100 moving average coming in at what price is that 100 moving average at? 985. So we could wick to any of those areas through there. Or let me give you this idea. I mean, you did have a breakout, right? Trend line. You can come back and touch that trend line, and that's where the 200 moving average is sitting, about 913. So they're open, but as long as this one holds, then we can bounce. If this one falls, then honestly, I've looked at this one down here. The little steps that we can take along the way there. Also, there's the idea. If you're looking at patterns, I would be looking at this because I think that's what you really got. But we just got through talking about inverted head and shoulders. Sometimes we call them the dingle dangle pattern here. Jordan Cameron calls them the cock and balls pattern, which I cannot disagree because I call them bathroom wall pattern. So I guess it depends on how you draw them too, right? So you got a couple of those going on that you can look at. Look at them as patterns within patterns or whatever. But anyway, just that pattern alone, though, inverted head and shoulder, it's got about a 65% chance for it to come back and retest the breakout of it. And that looks like that could be our argument what we're doing too. So however you want to look at it, looks like these areas want to be retested, refondled And they want to reignite that love connection that we had down here at the $9 or $10 area. From there, I think that things could get spicy again and we could start finally make it up here to this $19 area. I'd love it at 618 Fibonacci. Let's take a look at Beam. I'm assuming that is BeamX. Oh, she took a licking, but she's still ticking. 2.5 cents right now. Falling from 4. Ouchie for the beanbags. See, here's the deal. I mean, we're looking at these things and number going up, number going up, number going up, and well, there's a 618 saying we could get rejected there. That still goes up, and we just feel like maybe I should buy more. Let's buy some more. Let's just add some more to the bag here, or something crazy like that, and then boom. They don't keep going up. They a parabolic move. They will come down. And if you're not getting paid while it's going up, man, you have a bigger chance of selling at a bottom. Like, oh my gosh, I need to sell and save my money before it goes to zero, and then it doesn't go to zero. We're still within our rounding shape, and she could be catching here on this 50 moving average. She might even wick down here to this 360 while on the daily. That could happen. That's what 2.2 cents right there. It just wouldn't be a Road Dog Crypto show if I didn't pull out my fib and play with it. And what we got? Fibs, we got a 786 down here, and that's just a retest for our accumulation level of our 236 from this big thing. You're just talking fib numbers. I can see that could probably be confusing. This was the accumulation zone, which could be coming back and retest that what we saw in the other one. Look at the shoulder, double-shouldered freak right here. We could be coming back and testing that. That is on the table too. That would kind of break this parabolic kind of move, but it wouldn't necessarily break a trend line. Trend line says we could go there, could go a little deeper. Let's hope we don't go deeper. 2 cents, are you coming up? Says it could happen, but we don't have a sign of it yet. We could just as easily bounce here where we are. You're no help, Road Dog. You're not helping at all. Well, she hasn't bottomed out yet, so we don't know. She's got to start making some green candles. I mean, give us something. At least here, we started bottoming out and showing some green candles. We ain't got none yet. We're just kind of... You still going lower? Yeah. Yeah, you still going lower? How low are you going? Because she's got to tell us when it's over. She's not doing that yet. Even on the 1 hour, we're not getting those sides. It's like she's lost the 9 moving average again. So every time she does that, I just gotta keep looking for lower. So for 2.2 and 2 cents. Still a chance. Maybe she can come down and bottom here, and that's all we can do. We can start looking at if we do see price on any of these areas that we have marked. You see them, and then they start doing something like that. Maybe they make a higher high and higher lows. And then you know you got something, and that would be a good time for a more conservative person to jump in, or a slightly more conservative person to jump in. If you're just a full-blown total G-Chin, you probably, I'm not even going to wait. I'm just going to go in here. I'm cool holding it while we go down there and bounce. I'm just already in. Woohoo! And some people like the pain. Some people like to have their ass handed to them. I don't know. We got a big old bunch here in crypto. I like the pain. Give it to the pain. I don't like the pain anymore. I don't like the pain anymore. I like to see that number go up, so I kind of like... I like a little confirmation, but not all the time. Don't get it twisted. I'm not. We bend the rules. I just try to admit to it. I think you need to know that people bend rules and when they bend them and why they bend them. And you see other people bend them all the time, and then like, well, I trade like a robot. And you just bent your rule. I normally don't trade on Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and holidays. Oh, that's interesting. That looks like a bearish retested that particular little channel trend line. Although, you know, you still got more wiggle room down here, so don't freak out. But I think that's interesting. It just respects the angle is what it is. It respects the angles that we got. Okay, I'm looking at my chat, trying to make sure I got everything caught up to date there. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Solo, welcome to stream. What do you think of UFD? I don't know anything about it, but we can look at it. Got a few more minutes left here. It says my DGen portfolio looks the worst it's been in months. It's probably more heavy in altcoins than Bitcoin. That would be the difference between mine. Mine's holding up. Mine's fairly decent, but mine's mostly Bitcoin. You will see those. That's why I do recommend that you hold at least, I say at least 50 to even more, 50 to 60% or more in Bitcoin. And you play the altcoins with the rest of it. And in this market, you would notice that your Bitcoin part has been holding you up and really been the money maker because Bitcoin's been outperforming altcoins. But when that flip flops and you got your other half in altcoins, it's going to start biping when the time comes. It's not there yet, but when that time comes, it'll start outperforming that Bitcoin half. So I recommend at least half. I try to get most into Bitcoin. These days, I'm more into Bitcoin. If you're all in altcoins, then when we do have the pullbacks and everything like that, yeah, it's going to feel like your whole world is freaking disappearing. Is it time for turkey dog? I thought I was turkey dog at the moment, I guess. Ah! Golden brown turkey. Ooh! Look like I'm in the oven. Been in the tanning bed today, looks like. Oh, that's a little better right there. Oh, it says means time to buy. You are not wrong. Just I would, but we might have. What I'm getting is, unless we catch here, and I'm not sold that we are on total 3 that we're going to catch there. We could catch here on total 3 and. If nothing else, at least get a short-term relief. Oh gosh. Relief rally is what I'm trying to say. We might bounce up a little bit before coming down lower, but if we do lose this fib, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's on the table. It could be happening, and it's set. It would give us time to accumulate. What I'm trying to say is, if you spend all your money now, you won't have any to spend later. There might be a Christmas sale coming for altcoins. There was last year, or maybe we're doing it early. But when this plays out and we get our little ABC correction and whatnot, and we finally find our little bottom from this and where we broke and everything, then we will get a nice move out of altcoins that will start improving. It'll do better. We just got to get better probably at taking profits and paying attention to some of those bigger signs. Well, guys, it is time for me to head out here. Thanks for hanging out. It has been a crazy day. Bitcoin is at 97,000. Now, if we're looking at this on the 4 hours, the standard price. Did I do this tonight or something? 92,006. It's kind of the area that we might, no guarantees that we do any of that. Could be testing that area. Do I have something here? Let me move this arrow all the way. I don't remember drawing the arrow. I want to go from the second little wick up here. Oh, we got confluence there too, a 113 fib from this from this impulse move. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. And we got the lower ones coming in here. Kicking in 1.13 confluence with whatever else that we had there. I think it was a 618 on some other pool. 382 on another one or something. Let's see if we can touch that. And if we're just going to base it off of this one. Ooh, look at you. What's coming in down here? Our other one's coming in at our 2.226. Now, I haven't talked about this one so much on the stream yet. It's a valid one, but we haven't seen it come into play yet. It's coming. It's coming. Hopefully not soon. Hopefully not on this one, but we got confluence with that particular fib there, the 2.236. I'm not saying that's relative important to what we're doing right now, but she does give us some confluence with some other ideas there, saying, yeah. So, Bitcoin, smaller time on the 4 hour. Yeah, we're really flirting with losing the fringes of this pattern here, or this channel. There's some wicks there to tell us that we might have some wiggle room and we could pop back in and be okay, but this also suggests some other things. Measure move that takes us down to a 1.14 Fibonacci area where we got a 360 moving average, so we got a little nibble there that might happen. And these are just, you know, some ideas we gotta look at as possibilities that could be coming into play here. Mostly what I see is just accumulation, or maybe some form of distribution. Consolidation would be the best term we're trying to come out with. A consolidation right through here as these price kind of goes sideways, even though it doesn't feel like it today in the bigger gist of things, sideways, while these moving averages come up to meet it and then start wrapping around price like some kind of earthworm orgy in a bait shop or something like that. We see that happen a lot before a bigger move's coming. Usually at this point in the game, it's a bigger move to the upside. That's what I'm looking for it to happen. And I'm watching closely to see any warning signs that it's not going to happen. Don't have them just yet. So I wouldn't let the market scare you out, but I would be cautiously optimistic, and, you know, manage your risk. Pay very close attention to your risk. Manage your risk, especially if you're using any kind of leverage. You know, you might want to dial it down a little bit, because there can be some big fluctuations coming through here. They want to play before they do what they did last time and what they do every cycle when we go to those bigger time frames. I mean, they're going to do a flush out. They want to fake us out. And they did a little one back here. This is November. This was where was Christmas? Oh, we're on the 3 day. It's not going to show up. Let's see, December. Let's blow her up tall so she looks a little bit more relevant while we're going through. This was the end of November, and then we went okay through December. This was like December 1st, and then this was right before Christmas. We were dump, and then we started turning things around. Oh, I'm sorry. No. I'm still on the wrong days. My gosh. Read the chart. This is the 15th, 16th. This is it. This is the 21st. Bitcoin went from 24,000 to 21. Doesn't sound like much, but back then that was a big thing. And we went kind of sideways, but eventually we went up. Now, we don't have to do the same exact things, and we probably will not do the same exact things, but there is a flush out before the big run happens, and it just happened to be, you know, it doesn't seem like very much. Oh, it's just a few thousand. That was scary back then too. Eventually what we want to see is this to happen exactly on the daily. We want to see this play, this type of formation where we're riding above that 9 moving average, exactly where we were here. If we dip below it, it's maybe just to touch that 21 and bounce off of it. That's what we want to look for. When we start losing the 9, we got to start asking ourselves questions, and we start seeing a bunch of stuff going on. But a good strong trend will always be above the 9-moving average. It's always above a nice little thin green Ichimoku cloud. You've always got your moving averages just spreading out like a fan. Those are the signs you're looking for when you're on a big, full, strong move to the upside. And we're not quite there yet at the moment. We've been flirting with that idea. We've been doing some of that idea. But right now, we've lost our 9-moving average and we lost our 20. The next one that we normally find support on is the 21. It's right around 90. It's actually at 90. What is it? 91,540 is the actual number on the 50-moving average. It can still come up to meet price. I'm still looking about 92.6, 92.5 in that area. That's the extra target that I'm looking for short term for Bitcoin. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. As we watch Bitcoin on the smaller ones, we're at 97,000, trying to working our way down. Maybe trying to catch a little break here. That's interesting. I like that. I like these little guys. I don't know that we're going to get any more higher highs or higher lows, or we're going to come down. It looks like we are, even on the smaller time frames, the 6 minute, trying to. Still got some work to do here. Tomorrow is Friday. It will probably be a little shaky. So there'll probably be some volatility. The dragging prices up a few $1,000s of Bitcoin up and down because they like to do that. We'll see what they do tomorrow. It would be nice if they start running us up tomorrow, getting us excited for the weekend. That's usually been their play, to get us a little excited on the weekends. But we will get through this. Numbers will go up. Numbers will come back. You're still up higher than what you were before. You should be, mostly. Especially if you got Bitcoin in your bag to hold you over. You should be up. You're going to do just fine. The worst thing that you can do is capitulate at this point in the game. The worst thing you could do is walk out on crypto and say, I'm done. This crypto sucks. Because we are getting ready to go into the phase where the millionaires are made. You want to be on that train. We're going to be on that train. Trade carefully. Cover your asses. Pray to Jesus. I mean, you should always pray to Jesus. And God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow night. Oh crap, I forgot to look at UFD. Are you serious? UFD is called Uniform Fart Dust. Oh, we got to do this one. I'm sorry, I just looked down and saw where I had it listed, or I talk sometimes, I get sidetracked. Unicorn Fart Dust, is that for real? For real? We didn't look at this one, so this is the last coin. What's she doing? Well, I can tell you she's just going to flag to the upside. I want to be just like the 1 minute flag chasers. Look, we're on the 6 minute chart. She's going to do a flag to the upside. We're going to take this crazy measure move. We're going to go from here and we're going to put it and right here to the upside. That's going to $88 by next week. You can look at that here. I used to do this too, because remember I came from a trading group, right? Well, the 1 minute flag chaser also came from that same trading group. Here's what I tell you, when it comes to flags, if you want to see if a flag idea, if you're trying to treat that as a flag, might play out, you got to go back and look at that main trend line. If you haven't broken that trend line, you're probably good. If it's broken that trend line, well, you probably got a shitty flag set up. Unless you're alpha, though, a teachable moment here on Unicorn Fart Dust. So that looks cool. I would normally pull in my fibs, but I'm going to do the shorthand, and I'm just going to take the AB equals CD. It would be playing out like this right here, and your target for this guy would be about 32, almost 33 cents. And it's not working. Why is the line? There it is. There's my line. 32.5 for or unicorn fart dust. I see that as being a possible, but don't, with the market way it is, it may be choppy or whatever. It's got some nice formations there. She'll probably come up to this area about 23.3 and get rejected. Come down and make a nice little shoulder head. Make a higher low, or make a higher low. That's what we're looking for. When Doofus says shoulder, head and shoulder, what he's trying to impart to people, this is why I can't understand how people, they're the greatest teacher ever, is that what you got going on is you've got a trend of highs, lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then we start deviating and making the same or a higher high. But the big sign would be the higher low. Then we kind of got something. Then we can start working on making higher highs. Then we're changing our trend. That's what's happening with this pattern right there. And that's what we need to look for, rather than saying, well, let's go this and this. Let's go all in to the upside because that shape's supposed to do that, right? No, the patterns are telling you what's going on with price action. That's all the patterns are doing. There's just an easy way to recognize when certain things are happening within price action. And if they're not applied right and at the right times or applied correctly, well, you might be misreading that. And that's why some people say, well, I tried pattern trading, but it sucked. Well, you might have been dealing with somebody that wasn't telling you some of the things you needed to know, like trend lines matter. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you tomorrow.
Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. Frozen, neck is frozen. Catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is falling, Elfie's calling. Check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen. Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the cheese, put the lights up. 'Tis the season. Me no Grinch types. No
What's up, Sam?
Don't believe this. Y'all need G's. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag. I got racks in my sack or in my bag. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I've been keeping my eyes on you all year. You've been taking
Good night, John Boy.
Mulled wine by the fireplace with the one you're dreaming of. I bought a tree we can dress.
I hope it's got a happy ending.
Oh, I put a turkey to roast, stuffed with nutmeg, apple, and butter.
Ooh, apple and butter on a turkey.